Hey, thanks for joining us on Polk Place. I'm Brian Lacey, and joining us in studio is the Supervisor of Elections, Lori Edwards. Welcome to the show.
Thanks. It's good to be here, Brian.
Yeah, we got the show coming up on November 8th, and
That's right.
always prepared for it. You guys are working.
We are busy. It takes a lot of preparation.
Yeah, well, so what will the voters see on the long ballot?
Long ballot, 2 pages. And they, of course, have the governor's race. There's a U.S. Senate race. There's congressional races. There's state Senate races. There's a county commission race. There is a county judge race. There are retention races. That's the yes-no questions for the state Supreme Court as well as the District Court of Appeals. And then on top of that, if they don't run out of steam, they'll have 5 amendments, 3 state amendments and 2 county amendments.
Now, let's talk a little bit about those county amendments, because those will affect our residents more so. Everything is going to affect us,
Sure.
but those decisions will directly impact them. What are
That's
those?
exactly right. And the Polk amendments might be a little bit harder to get information on because they're local. So there's 2 of them. They are both numbered number 1. That makes it interesting. We have referendum number 1. And what that is it's asking Polk County voters, would they like to have a 0.2% or 2 mil increase in their property taxes so that the county commission can issue bonds, and then with those bonds that money would be used to purchase and maintain natural resource lands, including water resources. So that's referendum number 1. Then there's charter amendment number 1. That's a proposed change to our county charter that says the Charter Review Commission would change how often it meets. What's a little unusual about this is a charter amendment about the body who amends the charter. Okay, we're getting a little deep in the government stuff here. Yeah, it's a little much.
Yeah.
But what it does right now, this body, this Charter Review Committee meets every 8 years, and this would change it to every 12 years. And their job in the universe is to recommend to put on the ballot changes to the county charter. Like I said, it's a little circular, a little inside government.
Yeah, might need a playbook. Which one am I blocking on this, Coach?
I agree.
Let's talk state amendments.
Okay,
what
there's
will they
3
see?
of those. And at least those are numbered 1, 2, and 3.
Okay.
2 of them have to do with property taxes. So now we got your attention, right?
Yeah,
okay.
exactly.
So property tax, the first one, what it says is if you improve your property for flood mitigation, if you do anything to improve your property to cut down on the potential for flood damage, they cannot raise the appraisal of your home. So you won't have to pay more taxes if the home becomes more valuable because of that. The other property tax amendment proposal, which is number 3, says if you are a public service worker, and that includes teachers, first responders, active military, and a list of some other folks, you can have an additional homestead exemption to property taxes, similar to our homestead exemption now.
That's very cool.
The final one, which is actually number 2, it eliminates the state Constitutional Revision Commission. Remember we just spoke about the charter review? Well, now it's on the state level. And instead of changing it from 8 to 12 years, it says just get rid of those people.
Yeah.
But those people's job is also to put on the ballot for voters' consideration changes to the state constitution.
Last time you were in here, I had a prop. Pull it out right about now, but I don't have that prop because I got it the day before.
I have a prop.
That you've got it.
I brought that
the
prop
sample
today.
ballot. Where can we find that? Where can we find more information on it?
We're going to mail a sample ballot. That's why you had the prop. Oh, you had the card, actually.
Yeah.
We're going to mail a sample ballot to all Polk County voters or their homes. Additionally, it's on our website, Polkelections.gov. And it's going to be in most of the newspapers about a week or so before. So there's a lot of ways to get it.
One thing we talked about last time during election season, you bring a lot of people in, always need the help of our public.
Oh, we sure do.
Let's talk a little bit about that and the important roles that these individuals play in that day of election.
You know, you as a taxpayer have about 29 year-round full-time employees at the elections office. To run an election here in Polk County, we need 1,500 to 1,700 members of our community to pitch in and work. So that is one of my biggest challenges as the supervisor of elections, to recruit and train all those folks so that we have the kind of successful elections that we rightly expect here in Polk County. These are excellent opportunities, number one, to get behind the curtain a little and see what really happens in your elections. More and more that's been under scrutiny. If you have curiosity what really happens when you're not there, just work at the polling location. You'll be there when no one else is. You'll see all the processes, all the procedures, all the security. So it's an excellent opportunity. I do want to remind you that it's paid positions, okay? So nobody's going to get rich, but there is some money involved. And to apply, you can go to Polkelections.gov or give us a call, and we will sign you up, and we will work hard to put you at a polling location right near your home.
One of the things we always hear during this season is voting early. What are our options?
Well, there's voting by mail, which is increasingly popular, as well as voting at an early voting site. We have 9 convenient early voting sites around the county, and those are open October 24th to November 5th from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. So there's an opportunity if you work 9 to 5 to go after work. It's open on Saturdays and Sundays. And then in addition, voting by mail is easy as can be. You have up until October 29th, but don't wait. Do it now. Request a mail ballot. We'll get one in the mail to you within 24 hours. You'll have a lot of time to read these amendments, study them, do the research. As you mentioned earlier, it's a long ballot. It's excellent to have that ballot at home with you. Take your time. Just be sure you get it back to the elections office by 7 p.m. on Election Day, November 8th.
What's the easiest way to find out where I vote and all the things that go with that?
If you voted in August in person on Election Day, you're probably voting at the same place. They haven't changed since then. But we know a lot more people will be voting in November that didn't vote in August. The number one way is to check your voter information card, the new one that you would have received, say, in the midsummer, okay? Or the number 2 way, you can check online at Polkelections.gov and go to voter lookup, and you'll type in some information and it will tell you. But what I want everyone to know is we're there to serve, and so if you just pick up the phone during regular business hours and give us a call, 534-5888, we are happy to look it up for you. We want you to know in advance where you're going on Election Day. Go ahead and make a plan, figure it out, and then it'll just be less hassle.
After the last election, Commissioner Lindsay spoke before, and during his comments of the board meeting, he talked about the importance of maintaining your signature and updating your signature. He's on the canvassing board. Let's talk a little bit about that signature, what it means, and what he meant by making sure that it's up to date.
Well, I'm so glad you brought that up because, first of all, it ties in with the vote by mail that we were just talking about. And when you vote by mail, the way we verify your identity to make sure there's no voter fraud is we check your signature on the envelope that you put your mail ballot in to your signature on file with the election office. If your signature has changed, and that can happen with age, it can happen because you changed your name. That's usually the 2 main ways, but if it happened any other way, it's good to keep your signature updated with our office. One of the easiest ways to do that is to download a voter registration form. Just check the box that says record update, give us the basic information so we know who it is, and re-sign it. If you don't have that, if you just send us a letter and says, here's my name and date of birth, I need to update my signature, we will take that and put that with your record. And then if you vote by mail, either because you plan to or there was an emergency, we will have the most current signature on file to match, and there's a better chance that your ballot will count.
We got about 30 seconds left. Hit all the highlights, deadlines, everything whatsoever.
There's 3 easy ways to vote. You can vote by mail, you can vote early at 9 convenient early voting centers, or you can vote at your precinct. If you're voting at your precinct, double check your polling location in advance because it may have changed.
That conversation was so much more fun over the 8.5 minutes rather than that 30 seconds. Come back and see me again, will you please?
Wonderful.
Thanks for coming in.
Thanks.
The upcoming general election is November 8th, 2022. There are 3 ways to vote. Mail-in ballot with a deadline of October 29th to request a mail-in ballot. Early voting runs October 24th through November 5th, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. at 9 different locations throughout Polk County. And voting at your precinct on Election Day from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. at your polling location. Now, for more information on locations, voting information, make sure you check them out on the web, Polkelections.gov, or give them a call, 863-534-5888.